Okay, so in the middle of the class, probably in an hour from now, we'll have a break. And after the break, basically, the way it works from 9:30 to 11:50, I'll be taking continuous class. And from 11:50 to probably 30 minute or 40 minute till 11:30, we'll have a break. And from 11:30 till 1 o'clock, we'll have further discussion. So that is how the classes will be going on. If I probably some days I'll be going beyond 1, it might be 1:30, but that will be our schedule. So every class, I'm expecting that I'll be recording and I'll be giving you this video, and there will be supplemental videos as well, like to if I have to explain anything. Now let me, like in this course, right, as I said, like it is not a 4 months course, it is not a 6 months course, it is a 1 year course, right? It is a 1 year course, so that like in this course, manual testing, automation testing, lot of things we discuss, right? So that you are able to have a good understanding on this course. That is why it is a 1 year course. Now I have a syllabus that I want to discuss with you, like what will be our like learning points in this course. So let me start sharing, and I already let you know that I'm recording. So if you take a look this document here, so in this course basically, like you'll see a lot of people works in manual testing. Some of them do manual and automation testing both. A lot of people work in automation testing, and there are folks who works in performance testing. Okay, so if you are good, like if you are good in any of this testing, if you know like what does this mean, and if you can work on it, uh, you'll be getting a job in software industry as a software QA engineer or software test analyst. You'll be getting a job. And so for some people to get a job, it might take 6 months. For some people to get into a job, it might take 1 year. Okay, it is not like you finish this course immediately, next day you're in a job. You will have to start applying, you'll have to start talking to people. So it takes time, and once you are in a job, getting the first job is the difficult. If you are not, like if you are from a computer science background, even let's say on your final year, probably you'll be having some intern job somewhere, you'll get paid the 3 months you'll be intern, and probably since you got passed, like after your graduation, within a week you'll be in a job if you are from computer science background. Okay, but with this course, it might take a little bit time, 6 months, 3 months. For some people it might take 1 year. But guys, not giving up is the term. Not giving up is the term. That is your favorite term in this course. Not giving up. I'm not giving up. I'm not like in this, like, from the place where I came from. I came from Bangladesh. Over there, if you are not from a computer science background, and if you want to get a computer science background, computer science related job, it is pretty much impossible, right? Even a lot of people passing from computer science, they are struggling to get a quality job. But here the good thing is, it doesn't matter what background you are from. If you know the work, if you know the techniques, right, you will get a job. Here it is like that. So I know people like, I was working in Regions Bank like 3 or 4 years ago, and I was in Birmingham, Alabama. So one guy, he is like 45 or around 50. So he did QA course somewhere, and he was not getting a job. So he is a gas station manager. You might heard about, I think it was Circle K or PP. So he was a manager there, but he didn't give up. So he got introduced with me. He started working with me, like learning some automation stuff. So I took some classes, like for I think 3 to 6 months. I took classes with him. I did some interview preparation with him. The good thing was he never gave up, and he got a job. So now, like around I think at the end of 2014, he got a job, and now you might heard about BBVA Compass Bank. He's now working in BBVA Compass Bank, permanent job, right? Making over 80K. So, so what does this mean? He's 45, over 45. He's not from computer science background. He's not a super good student, right? He has families, he has two kids, everything. He he did this course, right? He did so with someone. He was not able to get into a job because of, let's say, he didn't learn any automation and a lot of things he was missing, but he filled up the gaps and he got into a job. Now he's working j- like just other another computer science background, another computer professional in a secure job. He's been there, right? Now at a certain point he struggled to get into a job to understand these things since he's not a computer science background, but he made it. The same way all of you are here, I think, in a better position than him. If he thought, okay, in gas station, yeah, I have health insurance, I'm making, whatever I'm making, I'm able to go through my life, it's not bad, so why I will bother to change my job, right? I have a secure gas station manager job. If he will think in that direction, he might not be able to change his career, right? But after changing his career, he is now making whatever he was making in gas station, now he's making double of that, right? So it, like, to change this career in this direction, it will need you determination. It will need your determination. It will need you to follow the instructions, right? And you will have to be focused. Hey, everything is possible in this country, right? I'm not giving up. So keep this in your mind. So so far, as you like, people work in manual testing, right? Manual testing, normally what they do, to give you a simple example of manual testing, right? So let's say that you have instructions here. Hey, go to this URL, open this, right? Make sure that the website loaded, and then click on this link. Make sure that this text box appear, right? On that text box, okay, type this number and click search. Make sure that a result comes, okay? On that result, click on this link and then make sure that you see this number. People who does manual testing basically does this. They go follow instruction, click on link and check things. They do a lot of other stuff, but one of the task manual testing does, they follow the instruction, and by following the instruction they go to different websites and check if the functionality is working. That is what manual testing does. Now what does this automation testing does, automation tester does, automation test engineer does? So the manual testing testers are doing their job manually, but the automation testers, what they do, they write programs. They write programs using computer language, using computer programming language to do those, like whoever, like people does manually clicking job, they do it by programmatic way. It will be automatically, it will be clicking automatically, okay? And then um, performance testing is a different terminology where performance tester, again, they write code from manual test cases, and they they write programs which will be putting a lot of load on a website to test if the website is working under load. That is what performance tester does, okay? So manual testers, they do manually test the applications. Manually, they manually test the application. Manually means by hand, clicking, 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 right? Automation testers, they again test the application, but there will be, it will be automatically, the application will be running automatically without any interactions. Code will be doing the testing. Your computer code will be doing the testing. Performance testing, what they do, like, they put a lot of pressure on an application so that to test this application if it is able to work under load. Got it? So these three terminology: manual testing, automation testing, performance testing. Amit, if you can give me a little bit overview, like what you have understand so far from this discussion, is it possible? Right. So performance testing, let's say that Facebook, right? All over the world, people are using Facebook. Millions and millions and millions per people. If you talk like are using Facebook right now, correct? So this Facebook application, remember that let's say wellsfargo.com or bankofamerica.com, instagram.com, twitter.com, right? google.com, all of these applications are hosted in a place somewhere. Now let me clear what is this term. All of these applications are hosted somewhere. So try to understand this. This is a very important topic. So whatever application you are talking about, twitter.com, facebook.com, wellsfargo.com, instagram.com, right? All of these applications are hosted somewhere. Now what is this hosting? Hosted means application hosted somewhere. Hosted somewhere means, let's say I'm sharing, right? Let's say that I have a website, right? I have a website, qaquestions.org. This is my website. Now do not think in that way. This is my website, and that's why my website is hosted in my house. Do not think like that. This is my website and it is hosted in my house. No. So even when I'm reaching this website, although it is my website, I have prepared it, right? I am reaching this website. This is the all of this content, right? Like whatever you see here, all of these files I generated in my home. All of these videos, right? I generated in my home. But when I'm reaching them, right? I'm not reaching them from my home. It is coming from a server that might be thousands of miles away from me. I do not know where that server is. So all these videos in this website, right? I prepared it by my hand, but I do not know now when I'm going to this qaquestions.org, I do not know where they are coming from, because this application again is hosted in a distant place from me. It is not hosted in my home. So what does this hosting means? So I bought this hosting from GoDaddy. Okay. So and then I uploaded all of this content there. Now when I'm reaching them, so GoDaddy has a very big place where they have all of these servers, and in those servers all of these contents are saved there in the GoDaddy website. Now when I'm reaching, like when I was developing this website, I uploaded this content to their servers. And if you go through this, if you go to this website, now you are getting this content from GoDaddy's website. There is a 24/7, right? 7 week a day, 30 days a month, 365 a days a year, right? Those servers are working. Those servers are working to give you the content on demand. Whenever you are asking qaquestions.org, they are giving you this content from there. So there are big places for GoDaddy where they have lot of servers who is supporting this application. There are programs running there to keep this application up, so that 24/7, wherever people, Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, I see, like I analyze traffic where I'm getting the traffic. I see a lot of people reaches this website from India, because there are a lot of testers there, right? So people all over the world, they can go and see the content, right? People from all over the world. So GoDaddy has big computers which we are calling servers, so on those servers this application is hosted. Programs are running there 24/7 to keep this website up, right? We are calling them server. So that is where my application is hosted. And when people reach out to qaquestions.org, let's say I'm reaching out from my computer, it is just a client. It is when I'm asking qaquestions.org, I'm sending some request to those servers through internet. Hey, give me this content, and from those servers, I get the content. Is this concept clear? Any questions so far, Naved? Naved, can you hear us? Naved, can you hear us? Any questions so far? I think you are on mute. Any questions so far? Aliza Babi, do you have any question? Very good. How about Nipak? Do you have any question? Okay, okay. So we will be discussing client server now. Let me tell you this. So I am making request from this server, from this computer, and it is going there on their server to give me the content. Right? My application is hosted there. Now when in the course of our learning, we will know, okay, web applications, and then client server applications, and then desktop applications. There's three types of application. Nipa, I'm answering your question, and let me know if you have any question. Now, web applications, guys. What is web applications? Very important topics. This one. What is web applications? Now, let's say that if you have to open a browser like this, and then if you have to type, let's say CNN.com, right? If you are opening a browser and typing cnn.com, right? So that is where this is a web application. Web application, we reach web application through internet by the browser. By the browser. Browser means I have a Google Chrome browser, or I have a yeah. Anyone asking question? Okay, so here I have a Google Chrome browser, and then you will see someone is using Internet Explorer or Microsoft Edge browser. Someone might be using Firefox browser, right? So there are these three main browser. If you are working in an organization, you will have to make sure that in many cases your application is working on Chrome browser, your application is working on the Internet Explorer, your application is working on Firefox browser, right? You will have to make sure that um, this is called browser compatibility testing. Remember this word, browser compatibility testing, to making sure that the application that I'm testing, it is working on all kind of browser, because my favorite browser is Chrome. Some people might be using Internet Explorer like this, right? Some people might be using Firefox browser, right? You heard about all of this browser. So Internet Explorer, Chrome, and Firefox, there are all kind of browsers. So if you have to reach an application through the browser by using internet, that is web application. That is web application. Now let me note out this term here. Where is my document? Yeah. So we are telling, okay, this is a web application. If you have to reach out via browser from the internet, this is what we are calling web application. Web application, right? Via browser through internet. Mhm. Naved, you will have to test web-based application. You will have to have test client server application. Sometimes you will have to have test desktop application as well. Yeah, yeah. So, but most of the, you are right. Most of the application you will be testing, probably 70% or 75% is web application, or probably 80% will be web application. Okay, so web application, you understood what is web application. Okay, now let's come to another type of application. So there are other application which we are calling client server application. Client server application. So this client server application again is another type of application where you have to install the application in your computer. This client server application, again, it will need internet. It will be getting data from server from distant places, but it will not be using any browser. Remember, client server application, it will not be using browser. It will be, there will be a piece of client server application that you will have to install in your computer, and then you will have to open the um, that piece, and that piece eventually you will get data from internet from the servers. Those are in distant places, but this is client server application. Here you will have a local piece that you will have to install, and then you will have to open that local piece of software, right, without any browser, and then this local piece will be interchanging data, exchanging data to remote servers, to distant servers, right? You got it? What is client server application, guys? Okay, very good. Nipa, you got your answer. Very good. Okay, so this is like this is without browser, guys. This is without browser. It will be interchanging data with the distant server to do the processing. But here there is no browser, and you have a local piece that you will have to install in your computer. And then you come to the another type of application which you are calling desktop application. Right? What is this desktop application? I'm going to give you a very good example right now. So if you, Aliza Babi, do you have any question so far? Okay, Babi, okay. But feel free to bring question. So can you see this notepad? All of you in your computer, you will have this notepad where you can type different thing, right? You can type all kind of things. This is a notepad. It doesn't have anything to do with the internet. It will never communicate to the server. You do not have to have internet connection in your computer to use notepad. And this Microsoft Word, can you see this software development, this Microsoft Word, that document I'm showing? These are desktop applications. You do not have to have Internet Explorer or browser. You will just need a computer, and it will not bring anything from internet. You do not have to use a browser. So that is what we are calling desktop application. Are we clear about these three types of application? Right? So this is if you give an example, right? This one. If you give an example, let's say Wells Fargo, right? Or you can say Facebook.com. All of these are web application. Client server application, right? Is in need browser, but it needs internet to get data from server. There is a local piece that you will have to install in your local computer, right? There is a local piece that you will have to install in your local computer, and that piece which will communicate with the distant servers to get data, to get data. So that is what a client server application is. You do not need a browser, but you will have to have a internet. There will be a local piece that you have installed, which you will be communicating with distance server to get data. This is client server application, right? And this one will need internet. Need internet. Okay. And then you come to this desktop application, right? Do not need internet or a browser, right? This is locally installed. This is locally installed in your computer. This is locally installed in your computer. Example Microsoft Word, Excel. Right. So this is a different kind of application that you will be using in a computer science engineering field. Now, so far I think we are good. Let me give you like an overview of what we have discussed during our last class. And so basically, as I said, you will be learning software testing techniques in this course. And in this course, we have this syllabus here, right? You will be learning manual testing topics. In the manual testing topics, like you will be learning how software development technology works, how basically like what are the techniques they follow in the software development industry. You will be learning what is server, what is the relation between server and softwares, right? You will be learning different methodology of developing software, and then you will be learning like what are the different kind of people work in the software industry. You will be learning what is their role. You will see, oh, he works in IT. Generally, like, oh, you ask someone, hey, what do you do? He will say, I work in IT. But I work in IT. Inside the IT, there are hundreds of different roles. There are so many designations where people can work, right? You will be learning the core roles that we have in the software development industry, and you will be learning what is business requirement document, like what, like how the business collect requirement to develop a software. You will be learning software development technology, agile software development technology. You will be learning waterfall software development technology, the method. You'll be learning different kind of software testing. There are so many different kind of software testing. You'll be learning here what are those different kind, what is use case, right? And then it will be, can you see this down here, test case, test plan, and these are testing related thing that you will be learning. What is software build, what are the different kind of environment in software development, test execution, get introduced. You will be learning a little bit about Jira. You will be learning about a little bit about ALM is a manual testing tool. Jira is a manual testing tool. You will be learning about software defect, right? Software bug, how do you report bug? And then you will be learning database, Oracle database. Basically, whatever a tester requires, you will be learning all of these database techniques in this course. Right? Creating table, how to write queries by using Oracle SQL, and then how to do different kind of techniques like joining queries, primary keys, foreign keys. All of these things you will be learning in this course. and then basically in manual testing, right? All of these things so far we have discussed is manual testing. These are like to get into the interviews, right? If you learn these things good, you'll be able to talk about them, and that is what will help you to get into the job. This is like basics of testing you'll be learning. And then I have these different interview questions here that I have provided link. Then part of this course again, part of this course you'll be learning automation testing. We will be learning two tools here for automation. The key tool that we are going to learn is Selenium by using Java. Okay, we will be learning Selenium. We using Java language, and under Selenium, the techniques that you will be learning is core Java and object-oriented programming concept. You will be learning. So core Java. If you know core Java, you will be able to do Selenium. Selenium will be much easier. So this core Java thing, we will have detailed discussion so that you understand the language, how this logic work, how different, like computer is, it can behave like human being, right? You are clicking on something, it is giving you things, right? How it is implementing logic, so you'll be learning like how to develop the logic here, right? How computer does things, you'll be learning those things. So all Selenium web developer syntax you'll be learning, running a test on all browsers you'll be learning, automated test on running automated test on all browsers, right? um, Methods, library, and caller is a term you'll be learning. You'll be learning experts. You'll be learning test ng framework and reporting. You'll be learning grid and hub concepts, and then parallel test executions, Maven framework, backend testing using Selenium. You'll be learning under this course, and then we will have UFT, right? Another automation tool which use BB scripting language, another computer language. Under this course, you will be learning a different technique again, like record and run, function library, object repository, checkpoints. This programming language you'll be learning here, right? Image programming, descriptive programming, regular expression. All of this will be taught here in this course. So, and then once we are good up to this, then our interview basically in the middle of this automation, I'll be starting the interview preparations. Let's say from 6 months. 6 months from now, I'll be starting interview preparations parallelly. Okay, so in the interview preparations, I'll be bringing set of questions, right? Which you will be talking with me, I'll be explaining, and then you will be answering those questions as well. And then there will be mock interviews after our interview preparations are done, and then you will be preparing. I'll be sending you some sample resumes. Based on these sample resumes, you'll be preparing your resume. You'll be sending it to me, and then I'll review it. Once I give a final go, you have passed the mock interviews, right? Then I will be discussing how you will be applying to job, where you will go, what will you be looking for to get to apply for a job, all of these things. So that is the total syllabus of this course. Now, what is the question? Guys, any questions so far? Okay, very good. Amit, Nabed, Elizabeth, any question? Okay, so a lot of thing, guys, you saw that lot of thing in this course are computer science people, right? For them, but we are going to learn this, so definitely it will require your dedication. Dedication means every week, like 6 to 8 hours, you will have to study on your own time. 6 to 8 hours it will require a study. You will have to do this. So it is important that you understand this, that you have a requirement to fulfill, that is attending class, right, and doing the homework. For that, you will have to have a 6 to 8 hours dedicated time every week. All right. Now, let's come to this. I'll be forwarding this syllabus to all of you so that you are aware. Now, this software development. I have a diagram here. This software development uh, roadmap. The software development road. Let's say that your organization or any organization, here our imaginary organization is Georgia State. Let's say Georgia State need a software. They're the business, right? They need a software. So um, IBM is a big software developer company. IBM. They'll be going to IBM. Hey, we need a software. Okay, we need a software. Now from IBM, right? When a new customer comes, and obviously they will have to go through some contractual things. When these contractual things are done, from IBM, there are a few specific people which we are calling business analyst from IBM, from the software development company. We are calling them business analyst, right? IBM will assign a couple of or a few business analysts who will be having meetings with Georgia State business to understand what is their requirement, what is the thing they are trying to achieve, what software they are trying to develop. They will have a discussion with Georgia State business, and then while having the discussion, they will be noting down specifics of this software, and they will prepare a brief document which we are calling business requirement document, or BRD, business requirement document. So Georgia State business came to software development company IBM for a software. IBM assigns some specific people which we are calling business analyst, and business analyst will be working with Georgia State business to understand the requirements of the software, and from this requirement they prepare a brief document which we are calling business requirement document, or BRD, business requirement document, which is a brief description of the software, right? Brief requirement of the software. And BA, after collecting these brief requirements, they will be having further work to create a detailed requirement document which we are calling functional requirement document. So from the business requirement document, which is a brief document, they do further work and prepare a detailed requirement document which we are calling functional requirement document. This is a more detailed discussion of the function. They will also prepare some use cases. Use cases, I will discuss what is use cases, but the BA people, right, they will create some diagram how this feature will be working, like image kind of thing, right? So the BA collects the requirement from the business and then prepares a brief requirement document, business requirement document, and then they prepares a elaborate requirement document which we are calling functional requirement document, and they also prepare use cases. You got it, guys? What is the what does the BA they does? They collect the requirement from business, right? They create a document which we are calling business requirement document, and they elaborate the requirement, create a functional requirement document. They create some diagram which we are calling use cases. And once all of these things are done, right, these documents goes to, like, what who does this work? The business analyst, right? The business analyst work goes to two types of people. The work the business analyst have done, these documents goes to the software development group and software quality assurance group. We people, okay, we the tester people, So the work, the document that BA has prepared, or the knowledge the BA has gathered from the business, right? This knowledge, these are documented in documents which we are calling functional requirement document or business requirement document, use cases. All of these documents goes to two types of people: software development group, software developers, and software QA group or software tester. So, and then software development group, they starts running with this document. Software QA group, they starts running with the same document parallel. Now, software development group, when they got this document from business analyst, right, what they do, they they start doing their job. What is their job? Software developers, they develop the software, they write code using Java language, using C# language, using Python language, using all sort of language to develop the software. But before they writes the code, right, the software developer, remember software, like if you have to develop a building, right, you go to civil engineer. First what they do, they get the requirement from you. Okay, what will be the building size, what are you going to use the building for, right? How many story you want in this building? So they collect all of this primary specifics first, and they create a design. The civil engineer create a design which we are calling Naksha in Bengali, right? And we in English we are calling a design, architecture design. They create architecture design, and then based on the design they share the design with you. Hey, that is how your building will look like, that is where your bathrooms will be, that is where your master bedroom will be, that is where your attic will be, that is where your door will be, that is where your main door, that is where your windows will be, right? They create a design and give you a walkthrough, right? And if you are happy, they start implementing this design to a physical structure. Same thing, software development people, when they got the requirement from the BA people, right, it is the same way it works, right? They create technical design document, like they create a technical design document, same way they do design of this software, and then once the design is done, they do the coding to implement this design. In software, right guys, in software everything is coding. Here there is no brick, there is no concrete, there is no stone, okay, there is no wood. Here everything is code. In software everything is code, you write code, this cryptic language that computer understand, right? I'm talking to you in English, you understand this, but computer understand the language. That is what we are calling programming language. Computer understand and computer claim, like by this, the language is like, if you go to my website, right, this, it is, you understand everything, but behind this is language, this cryptic language, right, that you are writing, that computer understand and converts into this beautiful website. You got it guys, what I'm trying to explain? So here these developer guys, they design, they prepare the technical design or TDD, and then they starts writing. Now we the people, the software testing group, what we do, right, software developers, they do their part, but we as a tester, we work to make sure that the software development people, whatever they are developing is correct, right? It is correct. Remember, the software developers are more technical than our software testing people. They are more technical, but we as a tester, we are not that much technical, but still we work to find problem in their software. We are not that much technical, but still we find a lot of defects in their software, and that is why our job is here, and that is why we are working to find defect on their software, to find bug on their software, Okay, now, so this software testing job is everywhere over the world. It is very demandable. A few years ago, like I was recruiting a couple of people in Bangladesh because it is too much expensive here to get uh, job done here, right? So I was trying to get some people in in from Bangladesh. So the problem that we face, there are not that much people who knows software testing there. There are not that much people, and people whoever knows this software testing a little bit, they were hiking very crazy salary in terms of Bangladesh perspective. Why? Because it is also demandable there, the software testing. Now, in United States, right, in USA, every big organization from Google to the software development company that you have around the road here, right? From Google, from Silicon Valley to here, the software, small software firms here around the road, everywhere there are testing positions. Everywhere there are testing people who are working. It is a, it is a, it is a thing that software development company will have to have, and there are shortage of skilled tester, right? So here, although a lot of testing people are not from computer science background, but still they work to find defect in the in the code or in the product, in a product that is developed by very skilled people. How? So that is the technique how you are going to do that. That is the technique that you are going to learn in this course. But here, your core piece is the requirement document, guys. Remember, the BA, they prepare the requirement document, right? Your task is to read this requirement document. They will be giving you a walkthrough. The BA will be like the way it works in the software industry. The BA is, you will have meetings with, like I'm sharing a screen and discussing with you, right? You will be having many meetings with BA to understand this requirement document. They will be giving you a walkthrough explanation chapter by chapter on this requirement document. You got it? It is not like, oh man, I'll now have to read this Hebrew language and understand this, right? We'll have to explain, like we'll have to translate it using Google. No, you will have chapter wise walkthrough with business analyst, and then once you understand the requirement, guys, then you prepare your testing documents. So as a manual tester, right, if you work as a manual tester, try to understand this role. If you work as a manual tester, you will be understanding this requirement document chapter by chapter from the business analyst, and once your understanding is done, then you are going to write your test plan. As a part of this course, you will be writing a test plan too, and then you will be writing test cases. So you will be reading chapter by chapter, and you will be writing some test cases. You will be writing tabular test cases. Okay, if I want to test this feature from this requirement, what are the steps that I will have to follow, right? You will be writing that kind of thing, and we are calling them as test cases. You will be writing a lot of test cases as a part of this course by reading the requirement, right? So you understand the requirement document, you understand the requirement document, and you do your work. You prepare your test plan. If you work as a manual tester, you prepare your test plan, you write your test cases so that you can test this software according to the requirement. What the software will be doing, it is written in the requirement document. So you read the requirement document, and you prepare your test case, a tabular format. The thing that I was saying in the beginning, open browser, go to this URL, make sure that the website loaded with this logo. Click on this link, make sure that this is loaded, right? Type this word in the text box, make sure the word displayed in the text box. Click on search, make sure search result appears. So that is what test case is. So if you work as a manual tester, you will be doing this type of activities. If you work as an automation tester, you will be writing code, that the code will be opening the browser. The code will be clicking on the link. The code will be typing something in the text box. Everything will be done by code. You got it? So now, so you parallelly, while the software developers are working on writing technical design document, writing code, you are having walkthrough with the business analyst. Sometimes business analyst and software developers, they will have combined meeting with business analyst to understand the requirement. Sometimes software tester, they will have separate meetings with the business analyst to understand the requirement, right? So when the software developers have developed a certain portion of the code, right? When the software developers have developed a certain portion of the software, then they will give this piece of software to you to test. Now, there will be clear information in the release note, like when they will be giving you this piece of software, they will say, we have developed these features. We have developed article 11.1, 11.2, 11.3, 11.4 from business requirement document, right? That is what developed. And the remaining feature we didn't develop yet. Now, you know what is in article 11.1, 11.2, 11.3 and 11.4 because you have read this requirement document. You had walkthroughs with BAs regarding this requirement document. And from this document, you have prepared your test cases, right? So once software developers will say, hey, this portion is developed, can you test it? So what you will do, they will put this developed portion in some servers. In some servers, by from where you will be, if you type a URL, you will be able to access their software. So when they will be done with certain portion of the development, they will be putting in some computers from where you will be able to access these softwares by going to a URL. By going www.testsoftware.com, you will be able to go to there and you will be able to see what this developer guys has developed. Now you have your test cases, right? You prepared your test cases and you will be following these test cases to test this piece of development from the software developers. And if you see something is not matching with the requirement document or with your test cases, then you will be writing a bug. Can you see? When you execute your test cases, if you see something is not matching with the requirement, if something is not working as expected, then you will be writing bug or defect. You will be writing defect as a part of this course as well. So as I said, the whole course is a practical course. So you'll be learning theories and you'll be implementing in practical. So you'll be writing defect. Hey, this portion of your software is not working. We were expecting it will be working in this way, but we found that it is working in that way. It is not matching with the requirement. And you will be sending it to the developer. Hey, please look at it. It is not working. And they will be looking at it. If it is a bug, they will be fixing it and they will ask you back, hey, we have fixed that part. Can you test now? Right? If you see, oh, it is partially fixed, it is not fully fixed, then you are writing another description on the same defect. Hey, it is partially fixed, you still need to fix that part, and you will be assigning it to them again, and then they will be fixing it again, and they will ask you, hey, we have did further fixing, can you test now? And if you see it is fixed, then you will be closing the defect, and everyone will go to notification, this defect is fixed. Guys, any questions so far up to this? Is it clear? Explanation, is it clear? Are you understanding? Okay. So what do you think? Isn't it not excited? Are we not excited about this course? Okay, very good. Are we super excited? Very good. We will be learning a lot of things. The more you are excited, the more I am. and I'll be bringing a lot of thing in this course, right? Remember, yeah, go ahead. Mhm. No. Selenium will be a detailed. Whatever you need to work in the industry, it will be a. It will be. I already have like 30 videos where hundreds of views are there, and based on that, there will be many more to come. It will be a complete Selenium course, Navid. We'll be learning a lot of Selenium is the primary focus of this course. After this manual testing part is done, we probably in the middle of the manual testing, we will be starting Selenium. When our database thing will be done, Oracle will be done, we will be bringing Selenium. Our next step will to bring Selenium. So it will be like when you are done with this course, your focus will be to get a job where 60% works are Selenium and the remaining are manual. So it will be a fully focused Selenium focused course, and we will learn a lot of things from Selenium basically. So here, um, so far we have learned like business needs software, they come to the software development company, right? And then from the software development company, the business analyst, the BAs, right, they work with the business experts to get the requirements. They prepare the business requirement document, and from the business requirement document they prepare it more elaborately, and they prepare a functional requirement document. They prepare use case, and this BRD, FRD, business requirement document, functional requirement document, use cases, right? This goes to two types of people. From BA, this goes to software developers and software QA engineers. Software developers, they do their technical design and then they start writing code to implement the software. Software QA people, they have meetings with BA to understand the requirement. They prepare their test plan, they prepare their test cases. Once a certain portion of the software is developed and it is deployed in the test environment so that the QA people can access it, QA people test it, and if there is any defect, they report it. They report it, and that is how it keeps going. The software developer, they keep adding features to the software, and software testers, they do all kind of testing to make sure that the product that is going for customers, it is good, there is no defect, right? If you develop a software, if it has defect, there is a you will have bad reputation, you will have lower bonuses, the customer will be losing money because of the defect. So as a tester, it is you are doing very important job. You'll have to make sure that the job you are doing it accurately, and if there is a defect, you want to make sure that it is handled in the development phase. A few weeks ago, one of the brother who is working in QA, he called me at night. Hey, we are having a little bit issue, so we developed a software. We tested it, but in the production they found a defect. Now they are doing a lot of meetings. They are doing follow up with us, like why the defect is in production. I'm kind of feeling insecure in my job, right? This is from practical experience. He called me. What should I do now? So you do not want to let a software go to production with a bug, with a defect. Okay. Okay, guys. So that is, as a QA tester in this course, we'll be learning these techniques, like how we can make sure that we prepare different metrics to make sure that we are not missing any part of the software, and the software is not going to the production with a defect. We do a lot of work. We do a lot of due diligence to make sure that the piece of work, we are not developing, we are testing, right? We are quality assurance people. We want to make sure that these developers, whatever they are developing, is a good thing. Software developers, they are very good, but they will not be getting, sometimes you are reporting a defect, they will say no, it is not a defect, because he developed it. He do not want to, whatever he developed, he does testing by himself, and once he is satisfied, then he send it to you. So he knows that from his understanding, I'm good, I tested it by myself, it is working. But you have to make sure that is why we are a little bit less technical, because we see the software from a different perspective than the software developers, they see it, right? And then we got the defect and they have to fix it. They have to, like, without our certification the software will not be going to the production. It is such important job that we are doing as a software tester. Okay, now see these different environments here. The software developers, they develop the software in the dev environment. What is dev environment? Again, some servers where the software developers, they work and develop the software. And when this development is done, they move the code to the QA environment. What is QA environment? Again, some servers. They move the code from dev environment, from the dev servers to the QA servers, where QA people QA people do the testing, and then when QA people are done with their testing, the software go to the pre-production environment where UAT testing happens. The UAT, real user test the application. The performance test happens. Remember, we discussed performance test. Once all of this testing is done, the software go to the production servers where the software is in production. Okay, so you have this document. So from 10:50 to 11:30, this 40 minute we will have break, and from 11:30 we will have till 1 or 1:30 to discuss further. I'll be taking a break here. You take a break, relax. If you can look revise this information, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, we are coming back at 11:30. Is that good? Are we good, guys? Okay, have a little break. Let me also take care of some of the thing, and we'll meet at 11:30 to discuss further. All right, guys, thank you. I will be stopping this recording here so that I can send this video, and I'll talk to you again at 11:30.